Can everyone hear me? It's me, DPG, 15, 2006 on Instagram, and then Movie Collector Man on YouTube. I just wanted to do this video and show off all my Blu-rays and TV shows that I have, and my DVDs. Now the TV shows I'll be showing off are ones in DVD and Blu-ray, not 4K. Alright, so here we go. Let's begin. I'll start with the DVDs first because that's the smallest pile. Now here we go. This is one of my favorites, and it's owned by Disney, unfortunately. So we'll probably never get a Blu-ray or even 4K upgrade. But Homeward Bound 1 and 2 on DVD. There's the back. There's the side. Alright. The next one is a Disney movie that I know will probably never get a Blu-ray or even a 4K upgrade. But Flubber with Robin Williams. Good old classic Robin Williams movie. And I really enjoyed this movie when I was a kid. It was probably one of my top 5s when I was a kid. Alright, so the next one I have is The Hurricane by Denzel Washington. This is owned by, trying to see, I think it's Universal, so maybe someday we'll might get a 4K or even a Blu-ray upgrade. That would be nice. But I think this movie is based on a true story, and I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was good. I liked the story in it, and I also liked the I can't remember. I think it's based on a boxing guy, so I like the boxing in it, if there is some. Alright, there we go. And then the next one is another one with Denzel Washington. I could not find this on Blu-ray. I found it over in the UK, but I'd be paying an arm and a leg for it. Crimson Tide. This is a very good movie. I thought it was very well made, and I really like Denzel Washington in it. And I actually got this pre-owned at a store for $4. So that wasn't bad. And then this one is another Denzel Washington movie. I absolutely did not like this movie. I thought the story was really bad. It was confusing. I did not like Russell Crowe's character in it, but I'm glad I only paid $3 for it. And it even still had the case on it, like the plastic and everything. But this movie was just bad. Don't recommend it at all. Now this one is another good one. I got this at a pre-owned place for I think $4. And this one's based off a true story. And it says it's owned by Universal, so maybe someday we might get a 4K or even a Blu-ray upgrade. But October Sky. And this is another movie that I really enjoyed. I was introduced to it a few months ago. It has Rachel Weisz, Ed Harris, and Jude Law, and two other actors I'm not 100% familiar with, but one of the guys did play in the Shakespeare in Love with Ben Affleck and Gwyneth Paltrow. But this is based off a World War II movie, and it takes place in Russia. It's about when the Russians were trying to push back Germany from coming into Russia. I really wish this would get a 4K upgrade. It's owned by Paramount, so I remember seeing something on the Disc Father, his Instagram, and I tried reaching out to him to find out if the 4K was a US release or an overseas release, because if it would have been an overseas one, I would have bought it, but he never told me. So this one I do need to get on Blu-ray, because this is a very good movie. Has Michael Keaton, Mark Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, and this other guy. I know him from something, but I can't remember what he's from. But I got this at the dollar store for $1.25. Spotlight. This is a very good movie, but if you're like really religious, I suggest like staying away from it, especially if you're Catholic, because what it's basically about is in Boston, they found out, I forget how many it was, I think it was 100 or 90, I think it was 90 something priests were sexually abusing kids starting from the 60s all the way up to past September 11th. And what would happen, so they couldn't get caught, is the like certain people higher up would move the priest around to different locations so they couldn't get charged. But I definitely recommend this movie if you're not very religious. Definitely well told story, and it won Best Picture, and this definitely deserves a 4K upgrade. And it's owned by Universal, so what the hell? They need to do one. This one is a movie with Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt. The reason I bought this is because I'm trying to buy every single movie with Anthony Hopkins. But Legends of the Fallen on DVD. And at the time, I couldn't find a Blu-ray for it. and I could only find it like over in the UK, and they wanted a buttload of money for it. I'm not actually sure who this is made by. It's called Tier Star or something. TIR Star. So I don't know. Maybe someday we'll get a Blu-ray upgrade. And this one I just watched. I have mixed feelings about it. It wasn't the greatest, but I bought it because Harrison Ford was in it. And he's another one where I'm trying to get every single movie with him. Harrison Ford and Anthony Hopkins and Denzel Washington and Al Pacino and Robert De Niro are the ones I'm trying to get every single movie with them. But Sabrina is what it's called. And then this one I got during this Groove sale. It was called Birthday Sale for Celebrities. And I guess it was Harrison Ford's birthday. I think it was last month. So they had a bunch of his movies, like DVDs and Blu-rays, for real cheap. This I got for only $3 something or $5 something, and then I got 2 Blu-rays off of there for $5. This one I thought was pretty good. It was a war movie. I don't know if it's based off a true story or not, but I thought it was interesting. Pretty good movie. And it also has the guy who played Creed in there. This one I enjoyed, and I know we'll probably never get a 4K or even a Blu-ray upgrade, so that's why I bought it, because it's owned by Disney. "6 Days, 7 Nights." And I thought that movie was good, and like a good action adventure comedy. And I also saw that David Schwimmer was in it too. This is another Harrison Ford movie I got. It's owned by Warner Brothers, so maybe someday we'll get a 4K. Who knows? This movie was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm trying to remember what it was about. I watched it last month, so I don't really remember. And this is another Harrison Ford movie I got. It's owned by Warner Brothers, so maybe someday we'll get a 4K. Even if it's like by, who is it? Who's doing Wanted? Arrow. If Arrow even got the rights to this, that would be cool. They'd do a cool box set for this. And this movie I thought was good. It has River Phoenix, Harrison Ford, and somebody else. It takes place over in like South America. He wants to leave the American life and live on a country and like do everything like how like the old people used to do stuff. So like get your own food by bow and arrow or something. Make your own water running system. Build your own house by um, by wood and stuff. But he ends up building like a community and stuff in the movie. It's called The Mosquito Coast. And the movie came out, trying to find the year, came out. I can't find it. I'd have to look it up on IMDb. But I thought this movie was pretty good. This one I definitely liked. Has Harrison Ford in it. I'm not sure who the other person is, but it's about Harrison Ford goes into this store. He's on vacation with his wife somewhere, and he gets shot, and he's like permanently like brain damaged, and he has to learn everything all over again. And he has to learn how to speak again. He has to learn how to walk. He has to learn how to eat again. And he just doesn't even remember everything when he comes out. Like bits and pieces start coming back to him in the movie. I thought it was a really interesting movie. Oh, this movie has Dolby Audio. It's not Dolby Atmos, but Dolby Audio, so that's pretty cool. Alright, the next one has Rachel McAdams, Harrison Ford, and Diane Keaton. I thought this movie was pretty good. It's where Rachel McAdams goes to work for this news company, and she's like a producer, and she wants to totally revitalize the company, revitalize the news part. So she ends up hiring Harrison Ford to work with Diane Keaton, and he's just like a grumpy man. He doesn't want to do the news, and by the end he ends up wanting to do the news and everything, do it proper. It was a fun little chick flick. I enjoyed it. I gave it 2.5 stars. Alright, so that's all the DVDs. Now we're going to go over to my TV shows. Alright, first of all, we're going to start with this. So, here is the first season of Breaking Bad, right here on DVD. I actually got this for free from a friend. He didn't want it, so he gave me the complete series on DVD. And then there's the back, there's the side, there's the front, here's the front, here's the side, here's the back. Alright. Next, season 2 of Breaking Bad. season 3. I've been wanting to rewatch this show because the guy who was in this just recently passed away. So I've been kind of wanting to watch it again. Season 4. Season 5. And season 6, the final season. And then this is the movie that I have that was on Netflix for a while. It's called El Camino. It's the Breaking Bad movie. It takes place right after the series finale, and it's about Jesse and what happened to him. I bought this at my video store when they were closing down, so and now the next thing I'm going to show is a show that I used to watch. Well, I still watch it once in a while, but I bought it mostly because Disney owns it, and Disney actually owns 2 shows that I want, and I am having the hardest time finding them. One is the whole series of X-Files. Right now, the whole series of X-Files is going for almost $500, brand new. And then the other one is Lost. The whole series of that is going for almost $250 because you can't even find it anymore. So I bought this because I wanted to start getting this show before I can't even find it anymore. Hold on, it's out of order here. There we go. First is the first season of Once Upon a Time. I really enjoy this show. It always gives me like hope and everything after I'm done watching this show. It's basically about fairy tale characters, but a more like adult form of fairy tale characters. And what it is Snow White and Prince Charming get pulled into like our kind of world by the evil queen, and she like basically erases everyone's memory so they don't know who they are really. And the Snow White, before that happened, she gets her memory erased and she's traveled to our side of the world. She has a kid called Emma, and she's like the only one who can break the curse. And she is played by a girl who played in House for, for like 7 seasons. And then she came back for the final episode. But I kind of grew up watching the actress in House, and then I watched her in this, and now I don't know really what she's doing. I haven't seen her in anything really, but I like it because of her, and then I also like it because of the story it has. And you get Snow White in the first season, Emma, Prince Charming. You get like Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, and then you also have Rumpelstiltskin in it. And then in the second season, you get the same characters, but you also get Beauty and the Beast and Red Riding Hood and Hook. Here's the second season. And then in the third season, I'm trying to think what else you get in the third season. I'm trying to think what new characters they bring in the third season. Oh, Peter Pan. And Peter Pan is like a bad person. I'm really disappointed that these didn't come with slip covers, but it is what it is. And then the fourth season, you get Frozen and those kind of characters, and Maleficent and Cruella de Vil. I still have to get season 5 and 6. I'm not buying 7 because 7 was the worst season, and it actually ended after that. Alright, my next show that I have is one of my all-time favorites, and I love this show. Every time I watch it, I either laugh so hard that I start having like little tears come out of my face, or I just can't even stand up straight. But Friends. And the thing I like is you get 3 discs of bonus features with it. So that's really cool. And then this is another one of my favorite TV shows. I bought this on sale at Best Buy one day for only 40 bucks when it was originally 50. And then another show that I grew up watching, House. Alright, now we're going to move on to the Blu-rays. Now, boy. Here's the first stack. Alright, so the first part is Inside Man with Denzel Washington and Jodie Foster and Clive Owen. I thought this movie was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it is what it is. I bought it because Denzel Washington's in it. And then this one I really enjoyed. It was a good movie, based on a true story too. And then this is one that people have been dying for an upgrade to 4K, but I doubt we'll ever get it. So I bought the Blu-ray. Armageddon, one of my favorite movies. I love this movie. And then I bought this because I heard the 4K did not have the best transfer, so I bought the Blu-ray. Heat. Oh. Alright. And then I really like Russell Crowe, and I've never really seen this movie before and fully. And it's based off a true story too. Beautiful Mind. But it's also quite sad, I will say. And then this is a fun action. Yes, the story's not that great, but it's a fun action movie with Liam Neeson, non-stop. And I know we'll probably never get a 4K or anything like that upgrade. So, and then this is another Harrison Ford movie I bought. This one was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was still okay. Now, the funny thing about this, the moment I bought this, or the moment it arrived, it got an announcement for it to come out on 4K. And if I would have known that, I would not have bought these two movies. But the thing is, I'll just give them to my mom when I get the 4Ks. Wanted. Amazing movie with Harrison Ford. Definitely recommend it for anyone who's a Harrison Ford fan. And great 90s movie. I think that's when it came out, the 90s. So, and then another one that just got announced for 4K, Fugitive. I do enjoy this movie. I think it's good, action-packed, enjoy the story. And I bought this last year because it had Harrison Ford and Brendan Fraser. It's based off a true story. And then here is my 3 Clint Eastwood movies that I have. Another person that I'm trying to collect every movie that he's in or directed. American Sniper. This badly needs a 4K. Absolutely. It's owned by Warner Brothers, so I don't know what's taking them to do it. But I'm glad I have a Blu-ray for right now. There were rumors about this coming out to 4K, but still nothing about it. But it needs one really bad. $1 Million Baby. Great movie. I actually think this movie won Best Picture. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched it when I bought it, but then I don't remember if it won Best Picture or not. But it's a great movie. And then my other Clint Eastwood movie was actually filmed here in Michigan. It was filmed where I used to live, and then the last 5 minutes was literally right around the block from me. Gran Torino. This needs a 4K. Oh, it would look amazing in 4K. I definitely say that. Especially with the Detroit part. It being in Detroit would look amazing. And then here's some Anthony Hopkins movies that I bought. This one I definitely enjoyed. Proof was a good movie. This one, hit or miss for me. Didn't really enjoy it, but I bought it mainly because of Anthony Hopkins. And he's not even really in it that much. Alright, so the next one is a Denzel Washington, Safe House. I really like this movie. I don't know who it's, oh, Universal owns it. Wish they would do a 4K upgrade for it, because it would look very good. Flight. This is a Paramount movie. Maybe we'll get lucky and it might be in the Columbia Pictures or the not Columbia Pictures. Maybe we'll get Paramount Presents line. Maybe they'll do a 4K of this. Oh, definitely really enjoyed this movie. Very good. And it's also a little funny at times, but I definitely enjoyed it. Oh, alright, so Fences, another Denzel Washington movie. This is actually based off a Broadway play that they made into a movie. Denzel Washington and Viola Davis were both nominated for Best Actor and Best Actress. And this is a Paramount movie. Maybe we might get something in the Paramount Presents line next year. That would be nice for this one. Now this one I know we'll never get anything for, so I just bought it because I had to have it because it's a Denzel Washington movie. And it's owned by Disney Studios. Remember the Titans. Man on Fire. I will say this. This movie and Training Day and Flight are probably some of my favorite Denzel Washington movies. Like, they are really good. Oh man, this is owned by Fox, so we'll never get a 4K upgrade. So I don't expect anything for a 4K upgrade. I'll be very shocked if we do. Like, it will totally blow my mind. And there goes all my Blu-rays. This is another Fox movie, but we will probably never get a 4K upgrade for it. So, not expecting it. Okay. Pelham 123, very good movie. I've never seen the original one. I want to, but I definitely enjoyed this one. And it's owned by Disney, so don't expect a 4K upgrade. Oh no, wait. Oh, it's a Columbia Pictures movie. Oh, you never know. We might get it from the Columbia Pictures set. You never know. That would be awesome. Now, I bought this because Disney owns them and will probably never get a 4K upgrade. So I figured I might as well buy it. And I got it for only $12.99 at Best Buy. All three Rush Hour movies. This is another Disney movie that they own. Very good movies, and also funny too. And I realized that Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones is in it. I think he's in the second one. And if you look back on my Instagram, you'll see the picture I took that I posted on Instagram. This is another Disney-owned movie, so we'll never get a 4K of it. Ransom. I thought that was very good. Now, these are my favorite action-packed classic movies. Trying to think who owns them. Oh, Warner Brothers. Why the hell haven't we gotten any 4Ks for them? The Rush Hour trilogy. Love these movies. And you know what's funny? They didn't have this in the United States, so I bought it on Amazon, but it was UK. So, but they work. They work really good. Alright. This is another one that's owned by Fox that we'll probably never get an upgrade for, but so I bought it on Blu-ray before I couldn't even find it anymore. That's Castaway, by the way. This is another one that's owned by Fox, and it's a good movie. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. Bridge of Spies. So I doubt we'll ever get a 4K upgrade for that. This is a Universal movie. I remember seeing this movie when I was younger. I think I might have been 15 when I saw this, and it was very good. Constant Gardner with Rachel Weisz and Ray Fiennes. This is another one that I hope we get a 4K eventually. It's owned by Universal. Aaron Brockovich, very good movie. Julia Roberts, I actually think, won Best Actress for this movie. And this is another one owned by Fox that will never get the 4K upgrades. The first one has a 4K, but not the rest. So I'm not going to buy the first one. Die Hard. My favorite Die Hard movies are first one, second one, third one, and the fourth one. The fifth one I cannot stand. I think that's like the worst Die Hard movie ever. But the rest of them, they just want to do the first four remastered on 4K. That would be amazing. I mean, do them on 4K, the first four, I would be happy with that. But just skip that other one, the fifth one. And then this one, I heard the transfer is terrible for the 4K, so I bought the Blu-ray. Terminator 2. I really like this movie, and I like Arnold in it too. And a movie that I just watched a few days ago, and I loved it still. Wish we would get a 4K, because it's owned by Warner Brothers, it says. Twister. One of my favorite movies. And this is another movie owned by Fox. We'll never get a 4K upgrade, at least for the first one. The first one's the best one. Second one's pretty good. Third one is just eh. But I bought the complete trilogy for only $10. Taken. The first one scared the shit out of me. Made me never want to visit a country that I've never, just to go there. Unless I have someone with me. Because you never know the type of people that are there. This is another good movie. It has Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan in it. The Foreigner. And then my other all-time favorite movies, I saw this when I was only, I think, 9 or 10. And this is the movie that really got me interested into, movies. And I've been waiting for so long for a 4K upgrade. You would have thought they would have brought one out this year, because it was the 25-year anniversary of this movie. Titanic. Absolutely love this movie. This was my first PG-13 movie that I ever saw. And this movie is probably in my top 3 Brendan Fraser favorite movies. First is The Mummy, then The Mummy Returns, and then this one, The Whale. Oh, by Lionsgate? I don't know why they didn't do a 4K upgrade when this came out. Oh, A24? Huh. Maybe A24 will do one eventually. Oh. Alright, well that's good to know. Okay, so this is a Columbia Pictures movie. So maybe we might get this in the Columbia Pictures set. That would be really cool. Captain Phillips, it was a very good movie, and based off a true story with Tom Hanks. And one of my favorite comedies of all time, Liar Liar. I love this movie. Every time I watch it, I laugh. No matter what, I love this movie. And then this movie I thought was really good with Pierce Brosnan. It's owned by Universal, so I don't know why they haven't done a 4K upgrade. Dante's Peak. It's like, Universal, what are you sitting on? Why are you sitting there on your ass? Now, this is a 20th Century Fox movie, so it's owned by Disney.